in this lesson, we'll finish animating the upper body. So we'll add a little bit of Z rotation to the chest, and then we'll focus on the head afterwards, and then we'll go through and see if we can tweak anything else before we call the upper body finished and move on to animating the arms. Going to the chest, let's go ahead and select our control and go back to our graph editor and focus on the rotation Z. So again, what we're looking for here is to keep the character balanced. If we were to go to our panels and switch this to a front view, this can help us to know exactly how we should have the upper body rotated. So as he's going into his down position on frame 4, we'll want to actually rotate the body slightly to his right, okay, to keep him balanced there. And being that we've rotated him with about a value of 7.2, okay, you can round that off to 7 if you like, or we can copy this since it's not too big of a deal and paste this on its equivalent frame, which in this case is frame 15. So on frame 15, we'll go and paste in the value for our rotation X of the opposite value. Alright, great. So what we have here is the character staying balanced as he's running. But what we need to do now is fix our keys and our tangency. So we'll bring up our keys and then we can adjust our tangency from there. Alright, excellent. So now we're getting a nice blend, and here's our result. Great. Now this run is really coming together. From here, what we can do is focus on our head control and add a little bit of Z rotation to it. So for this, what's going to happen actually, and we can add our poses here on our contact positions. So on frame 1, we'll actually want to rotate in the Z so that it's following the upper body. So we'll rotate it just slightly, not much at all. Can go with a value of 3 if we like. So in the rotate Z, we'll put in a value of 3 on frame 1. And on frame 12, that's going to be -3. And then going to just the Z, we can take this value of 3 and make sure it's the same value on frame 23. And then looking at our function curve, it should be just fine. So as we hit play, here's what we get. Alright, and it's looking pretty good, but the character's head looks a little bit too wobbly. So to adjust this is where we get into our fixes, and really, let's switch to our perspective. Really, I think just the rotation Y of the head should be fixed. Okay, we did add a little bit of a snap to the chest, so therefore the head should also have that type of snap to it as well. Not too much. Okay, if we went too far with it, it would look abrupt and wrong. So we'll go to our rotate Y here and add what we need to fix our results. So that's selecting our first and midpoint key. We'll break them. And for the first key, okay, let's go ahead and bring up its slope so that we have more of a convex result. Okay, and then once that is done, you can go ahead and do the opposite to the midpoint key, just bring that down. And what we have now, if we were to even hide our curves, is our head looking much better than it did before. Alright, great. So that really finishes up the upper body. I think the chest itself looks fine. We just really needed to fix the head. So I think that looks much better. Well, our run, believe it or not, is just about done. We have our arms to work with. We'll add a little bit of animation to the shoulder pads for gravity and for weight. And we'll also add a little bit of motion to our back tubes there so that we could also create the illusion of weight even further with our animation. So that finishes this lesson. In the next lesson, we begin the arms.